go in a little bit of depth and try to understand these parts of speech from the grammatical functions with the help of examples. Okay, so just let me share the screen with you. Okay, so today we are going to talk about how do we determine these word classes. Okay, as in my last lecture with you, I've told you that you have to evaluate each and every sentence that you read, each and every sentence that you are constructing yourself, you are writing yourself. You have to evaluate the word classes, and you have to know what the function, what kind of functions each word is playing, and in relation to what other word is it used in the sentence. Okay, so as we talk about open classes and closed classes, we have talked about how there are 4 open classes and 7 closed classes. Okay, open classes are, can anyone tell me what are open classes? What are open classes? Can anybody tell me? Any of you? You can turn on your mics and tell me. Because if you don't know what we have covered in the previous class, then we cannot proceed. So open classes are nouns, adverbs, adjectives, and verbs. Okay, why these are known as open classes? Because they can take new words. Okay, we can say that they can each and every word that has been invented after particular grammar structure has been formed, they all those words are added in open classes only. Okay, when we talked about closed classes are pronouns, determiners, interjections. Okay, so conjunctions, everything that comes in closed classes, they do not add new words, right? Similarly, when we talk about the functions that these classes are playing, as we are talking about the determination of these word classes today. So when we talk about the determination, we see that all these classes are subdivided. Okay, as in the previous class also I've told you that for example, when we take talk about determiners, so determiners are bigger category, and the subdivision is articles, and in those articles then you divide it according to the category: indefinite and definite article. Okay, now the division that we are doing within article is something different, and what we are talking about today here is something different. Okay, how is it different? Because when we talk about divisions of classes and subdivisions of classes, it means that the functioning, the syntax of the sentence or the written content will be talked about. Okay, when we talk about the divisions within or the categories within these classes, for example, when we talk about proper nouns, common nouns, then it's something different. Okay, the functionality remains the same. The word will act as the, for example, if there is a noun, no matter if it is a pronoun, no matter if it's a proper noun or a common noun, but what will happen is it will give you the function of a noun only. The functionality will not differ. But when we talk about divisions, for example, when we talk about determiners, then determiners are of various kinds. Okay, we'll talk further how these subdivisions, they take they come into action, and they act as the functionality and the semantic implications, they differ accordingly. Okay, so as with the open classes, the closed classes may be divided into subclasses, such as conjunctions are further divided as coordinators and subordinators. As we discussed in our previous class, that conjunctions can be of two types: coordinators and subordinators. Coordinating conjunctions will usually give you compound sentences. Subordinating conjunctions will give you complex sentences. Okay. Then determiners are further divided as articles, demonstratives, quantifiers, possessives, etc. So what are demonstrative? The demonstrative pronoun that we talk about, these are also determiners. For example, pronouns can be divided into subcategories. Okay, so there's relative pronoun, which can, for example, that, the word that is used as a relative pronoun and it acts as a conjunction in a sentence. So the functionality differs. Okay, so items may belong to more than one or less class. Okay, it is not necessary when we are talking about the closed classes. Okay, here we are only talking about the closed classes, because conjunctions and determiners, they are both closed class words. Okay, so items may belong to more than one class. In most instances, we can only assign a word to a word class when we encounter it in context. So as I said, the context matters, and therefore you have to evaluate your sentences. Okay, if you're not looking into the meaning, if you're not talking about the context, even if you are studying it for minimal purpose. For example, when we talk about BTech students, they only need the grammatical portion of English. They do not want to go in literature, and they don't have to go in literature, because that's the grammar is only the relevant part. But when we talk about grammar, even then you'll have to look into the literature. For example, if a given sentence is there, you have to look into the meaning, and then only you can decide the tense. Okay, if you're not aware of all the formulas of tenses, then what you will do, as I've told you earlier, that you'll evaluate the sentence. You'll see how it is talked about, in what sense is it talked about. So similarly, if by the notion, by understanding the context only, you'll get the meaning of the sentence, and that's how your grammar will be strong. Okay, if your structures are not strong, if your the particular the formation of structure is not strong, then what happens is that everything that we talk about in grammar, all the formulas, they go in vain. It's not useful until or unless you are trying to evaluate your literature. Whatever the sentences are given to you, whatever written word is there, it is known as literature. Okay, so whatever literature is given to you, you have to evaluate it. Until or unless you do this, you will not get all the grammatical structures correctly. Okay, so in this slide, let's see how it is said that, for example, there's a manager in a restaurant. It's a new restaurant, they are about to open, so they are deciding the menu of the restaurant. So how it is done? It looks good. This particular word looks here. What is it? It is used as a verb here. Okay, this looks good. It looks good. For example, they are again deciding on what kind of dustbins they should use at their restaurant. Okay, so this particular dustbin that has been given in picture, they have decided to use it. So this particular dustbin is the fair one. They have agreed on it, and for this dustbin, they are saying it looks good. So looks is used as verb here. And but in the next slide, you see here this word looks is used as the features of this actress. Okay, she has good looks. So looks are what the personality, what kind of features, physical features she has. So we are talking about these particular features in by using the word looks. Okay, so in previous slide we are using it as a verb, here we are using it as a noun. Okay, Now, similar examples when we talk about that. Okay, the word that, as I've told you, it can be used as a relative pronoun also. Okay, so first example is for conjunction. I know that they are abroad. So that is a subordinating conjunction. Okay, and this particular sentence, what happens is, if we are using subordinating conjunction, usually it will form a complex sentence. Okay, there are exceptions everywhere, but 99.9% of times coordinating conjunctions will always form compound sentences, and subordinating conjunctions will always form complex sentences. Okay, so as that is a subordinating conjunction, it is used as a conjunction in this particular sentence. I know that they are abroad. Okay, so that here is used as conjunction. It is joining the two parts of the sentence. I know they are abroad. Okay, so I know this phrase can end here, this clause can end here, they are abroad, it's another different clause, but by adding these two we are forming a different sentence, a complex sentence. And what are we using here? That is being used to join these two different parts. Okay, I'll not call them clauses, phrases, or sentences because it will confuse you. Once we get on to that topic, we'll see how phrases, clauses, and sentences can be recognized. Okay, so I'm just referring to them as parts, two different parts joined by conjunction that. Okay, so as far as functionality of that here is concerned, it is used as conjunction. In the next sentence, it is used as pronoun. So as I told you, that is a relative pronoun. Okay, when we talk about the third sentence, I know that man, so it is used as determiner here. Okay, as generic pronoun, one is used. One, we know that it will always and always be referred for one. That means single person. Okay, but when we talk about generic pronoun, it being used as generic pronoun, what happens? It is used for the general public. Okay, as I told you in my last class with you, that usually and generally, these are both different words used very frequently in English. So you have to understand what usually means and what generally means. Okay, in our day-to-day lives we are using these words, but in English particularly they have too much of significance. How? Because when we talk about generally, so generally is the societal code. Okay, the societal community, it is accepting it as it is. Okay, throughout the world. Usually means that it in usage it happens like that only. Okay, usually. Okay, so when we talk about generic pronoun, one as a generic pronoun, so it is used for the generalization for people all over. Okay, so whenever it will be used as generic pronoun, it will be used to uh, 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 give some information that will be applicable throughout the globe. Okay, for example, when we talk about life experiences or the principles that our elders tell us about. Okay, the whatever kind of advice they give us, so they always use it in this form, that this should be generalized. So similarly, one here in this particular sentence, when we talk about when it is used as generic pronoun, it is used for people all over. Okay, so one must be careful while sightseeing. So one here means, although it seems that we are referring to single entity, we are referring to single entity uh, uh, in a instance. Okay, for an instance, while we are talking about it, we are talking about a single entity, but here it is functioning as generic pronoun. So therefore the generalization will be for everyone concerned. Okay, and for example, the advices that I've talked about, so these advices are given for everyone. Okay, so such kind of thing, when comes it, this particular word one, the single entity will become address for every particular person. Okay, not combined individually, but combined through this particular function. Okay, then when it is used as numeral, give me one good reason. So the person is asking for one or single reason. Okay, single good reason. Okay, so now as we have talked about the different contexts that these words can be used. Okay, so another thing that these particular classes have is that there might be a chance that a word is maintaining the particular features of the class very well or not. Okay, as it happens everywhere, that if for example there's a hair dryer. Okay, so hair dryer is used for drying hair, but one might function differently. One might be soothing, one might be another hair dryer might be very heavy to bear. Okay, very warm, or heat might be coming out of it. So similarly, these words also play different roles and have different qualities. Each word of each class will have different qualities. Okay, so here it is discussed, some members of a class are central or tropical, whereas others are peripheral. There are substituents, or they are very minimal in carrying the features of the class. Okay, tall is central to the class of adjectives because it confirms to all the characteristics of adjectives. Okay, how tall is central? How is it central? What are the features of adjectives? Adjectives are the words which tell us something special about the nouns. Okay, something special about the nouns or the incident being covered in the particular sentence or your literature. Okay, so because it confirms to all the characteristics of adjectives, in particular it can be attributive. Okay, do not look at the pre-modifying term, because pre-modifying is a very linguistic term. So there is no need to be worried about. You'll see that in with the help of these examples, you'll be able to extract what I'm trying to say over here. Okay, so when we talk about this particular example, that tall building, so that particular building which is tall. Okay, this is first sentence. Or if the person is pointing out at the building and calling it that tall building, so these two different contexts, the tall is used in the same manner. It is carrying the same functions. Okay, and it is implying the same kind of semantic implication. Okay, so therefore this particular word tall is known as the central of adjectives. No other adjective, it has been referred as in Oxford grammars and every book that Oxford publishes, that tall is one of the best adjectives. Okay, even till today we might have not come across that of this particular information, that even this kind of a single small word can be of such so much significance, but it is when it comes to functionality. Okay, so that tall building. Okay, that you'll remember it by the examples that we are talking about. Okay, and predicative functioning as subject predicate. For example, here, that building is tall. Okay, the another example that I gave you, by for example, if the person is pointing out towards the building. Okay, if the two people are in conversation and they are seeing a building which is tall, and the person is saying that building is tall. So here, although the word tall is taking a different position in your sentence, but it will always be of the same significance. Okay, it will be the same adjective that we talk about. Then some members of a class consist of more than one word. Okay, as we have talked about tall, similarly there are these words which are different when we use them different individually, but when we use them together with each other, then what they become. So here are few examples: book review, cable car, no one, one another, because of, in spite of, as well as, in order that. So when we look at the word book review, so it's a compound noun. Okay, what is it? It's a compound noun. So for example, where you use these kind of things, why you require to learn these, when, as I've told you earlier also, that when we convert or transform sentences from active to passive, or when we talk about reported speech, then we need to know what is the subject. Okay, the subject of the sentence matters, the object of the sentence matters, the predicate part should be known to us. We should be able to identify what is the predicate. We should be able to identify what is the verb. Okay, so for that we have to know basic sentence patterns that we are going to cover in the coming classes. And for understanding the basic sentence patterns, we must know that the particular thing can be, for example, this compound noun book review can also be subject. Okay, both of these words can be covered in a single entity and can be called as subject. Okay, coming to the next example, cable car. So cable is something different, car is something different, but when we talk about them to join together, then what it becomes, it's a compound noun. Okay, now moving on to the complex preposition, you see, because of. So because is what is because can be also used as subordinating conjunction. Okay, but because of is complex preposition. Okay, in spite of is also used as conjunction. In spite of this particular word, this particular phrase can be used as conjunction in spite of, but not often. It is not used often. It's used in very formal conversations, in very, complex English structures. In spite of is used to join the two clauses, phrases, or sentences to form a complex sentence. Okay, now you see, as well as is complex conjunction. So what does complex conjunction mean? Complex means that it's a subordinating conjunction. Why is it complex? Why I referred it as complex here? Because it is functioning as something different than it usually does. Okay, for example, as well as can be used as a subordinating conjunction, but it has many other implications. Okay, in order, that is again a subordinating conjunction, but because it can be used for other implications, I've used complex conjunction here. Okay, so this is our today's exercise. I would like you to go through these words after we talk about it. Okay, so first thing that we'll talk about it in a while. My screen was not visible till now. Okay, sorry. I'm really sorry. I thought I'm presenting, but you weren't able to see the slides. So I'll go through the slides once again. Okay, just so that you can take a look at it, and we'll move further. Okay, so now everyone is able to see my screen. Okay, so these are the particular examples that I was talking about. For example, conjunctions are further divided as coordinators and subordinators, the class divisions that we talked about. Determiners are further divided as articles, demonstratives, quantifiers, possessives. Okay, items may belong to more than one class. For example, as we have talked about these particular examples, that this word looks here can be verb also, and it can be used as noun also. Here it is used as it looks good. It is used as verb because we are talking about the functions. Okay, therefore we are talking about the classes that these particular words belong, what these particular words come from, what kind of classes are they coming from. So it looks good. As I've given you the example of the restaurant owner, if a person is trying to fix the menu, or he is trying to decide what kind of dustbins he should use. Okay, so this particular slide is being created to make you understand how and to make you memorize it, that how a particular word can be used in different contexts. Also, what you have been taught by Dr. Snelata Dhaka, that homonyms and homophones and synonyms, these are different kind of words. But when it comes to functionality, even then you'll see that the context matters. For example, when you talk about homophones, what happens is that you have similar word of different meaning, but and used in different contexts. Okay, so similarly, looks here is verb, and looks in another this different slide is about looks is here is referring to the features, physical features of a person. So this particular sentence, she has good looks, looks here is becoming noun. It is not acting as a verb like the previous one. Okay, now as these particular examples that we talked about, for example, that is a that can be used as a conjunction also, a pronoun also, and a determiner also. Okay, I know that they are abroad, so that is here used as conjunction. Pronoun, when we talk about pronouns, that is a relative pronoun, so I know that. Okay, the sentence can be created further, constructed further, but I know that this particular phrase, what does it have? This that is used as relative pronoun. Okay, when we talk about determiners, what are determiners? Determiners determine about the nouns. Okay, so I know that man, I know that particular man, मैं उस आदमी को जानता हूं. ओके, सो उस के लिए आप जिस पर्टिकुलर पर्सन को पॉइंट आउट कर रहे हो, ठीक है, उसके लिए यू आर यूजिंग हियर दैट. So therefore the usage and the functionality, it depends on the context. Okay, and therefore you have to look into the meaning of the sentence, then only you can tell what kind of sentence, what kind of this word is, what kind of function this particular word is playing in the sentence. Okay, as we talk about this another word, one. So one is single entity, but it can be used for generic pronoun. It can be used as generic pronoun. It can be used for public in general. Okay, for everyone. Okay, so one must be careful while sightseeing. Another usage of it is give me one good reason. Okay, so one good reason here is single entity, one single reason a person is asking, but on the in the example above, what is happening is we are generalizing the particular advice that we are giving. Okay, the particular advice that has been given here is being generalized, and therefore one is the what kind of function it is playing here, it is generic pronoun. Okay, now some members of class are central and tropical, as I've already talked about. I'll just go through these quickly, very quickly. I'll proceed. Okay, so tall has all the properties of an adjective. Okay, whatever the properties, good features adjectives have, every feature that adjective have, tall is implying in every sentence. Okay, that tall building, that building is tall. Okay, in both the sentences, the word tall is used differently. In similar to the word looks that we have talked about, it is used differently in very different manner, but it is playing as an adjective, and therefore it is a very best example of adjectives. Okay, but when we talk about for example afraid, so afraid is very peripheral of adjectives. For example, it can be used in a sentence like he was afraid, not in any different or any other context. Okay, afraid can be used in the minimal area only. When we talk if we talk about the graph of adjectives, so tall can be used with all the features that an adjective can have, but afraid is only used as it is. Okay, not talking about the meanings. For example, tall means about it refers to the height. Okay, it refers to the length, but relying on the functionality of these words. Okay, do not look into the meaning of these words. You have to look into the meaning of sentences, the semantic implications of the sentences together, what they are implying, the meaning that they are implying. Then only you can know about the functions of a particular word. If you are asked what this particular word is doing here in this sentence, how is it a noun, how, why is it not a verb, why you are referring to it as an adjective, why you are not referring it to it as adverb. So everything that we talk about relies on the meaning that we get from the sentence. Okay, so first the basic is to understand the meaning of the sentence, and then we talk about these words. Okay, so as we have talked about all these words: book review, cable car, no one, one another, because of, in spite of, as well as, in order that. So these are some words which have different words from different classes. For example, this particular word in is what is in here. In is preposition, of is also preposition, but when used together they are forming in spite of. This in spite of is complex preposition. Okay, so as well as is, as, and well, these are both different words which come from different categories. Okay, from different divisions, but here they are functioning as conjunctions. Okay, now this particular exercise that I was talking about, firstly you need to know, today we have completed everything that you everything that was concerned with our topic of parts of speech, classes, open classes, closed classes. Okay, so from the next week we are going to talk about sentences, clauses and phrases, everything else. Okay, but not the classes, because the base is created. Okay, so I can rely on this base and we can proceed further. Okay, now for this exercise, what you need to know is that an open class word will always, when we talk about the titles, okay, you often see that the titles have one word will start with, will begin with capital letter, another might be with small letter, and another might be with capital letters again. Okay, so how is it done? What is the logic behind it? How do we decide which one will begin with small letter, which one will begin with capital letters? As far as our titles are concerned, titles of anything are concerned, whenever we want to highlight something, or when we begin with something, for example, we are writing an essay. Okay, we are writing an essay on population of Rajasthan. Okay, for example, we are talking about population of Rajasthan, we are writing an article over it. So population of Rajasthan, how are we going to decide in this particular title, population of Rajasthan, how are we going to decide that which word will begin with small letter, which word will begin with capital letter. Most of the times you see, most of the times our guesses are correct, but we need to know the logic so that we might not commit any mistakes in future. Okay, so when we talk about open class words, noun, verbs, adverbs and adjectives, all these four categories, all these four classes have capital letters when it comes to title writing. Okay, and the all the other begin with small letters. Okay, so I would like for you to write down in the comment box how uh, uh, this particular, how this first title, fun with flags, should be written. You can see my screen. Everyone is able to see my screen. Any student can turn on their mic and ask me anything, or if I'm asking you something, you can reply here. Okay, don't hesitate. Okay, Ripu, fun with flags. Very good. Sumit, the second F, flags, the F of flags will be in capital letter. Okay, it will be in caps. Okay, now another Dr. Faustus. It's a name of a person. How we will we write Dr. Faustus? Very good, Sumit. Very good, Ripu. Very good, Divya. Okay, Adarsh. Okay, so another title, Emily Dickinson's novel. This is the title of any passage that you intend to write. For example, it's an title of your essay. Then how will you write it? Emily Dickinson's W small. When we are talking about fun with flags, the particular title, why have you used it as it? What is with? Once, okay, my PPT is not visible. Okay, I hope now you can see it. So, I'm ignoring your spelling mistakes here, okay? Uh, Ashutosh, you're right.
Ma'am, your microphone muted.
Okay. So, novel is, yes, Sumit. Very good. Your answer is correct. I was talking about Ashutosh. Ashutosh, your answer would have been correct if you have written the word novel with caps lock. Okay. If your N would have been in capital, then your answer would have been correct. Okay. Because novel itself is, what is novel? What is novel? I'm asking you. Yes, it's a noun. Okay, so therefore we are using it with capital N. Okay, now moving on to the next title, Pride. You are able to see my presentation. Please look to the fourth top title we are talking about, and box, how should this particular title be written? Yes, very good, Ripu. Very good, Divya. Okay, so you get the gist of it. Okay, as I've told you earlier also that we make guesses while writing these titles. Okay, we do never knew the logic behind it, and if anyone of word is from open class, it will begin with capital letter. If you know the word is from closed class, then your word will begin with small letters. Okay, fifth title, 16 teenagers at Hogwarts. Teenagers, T will be capital, Divya. Very good, Ripu. Okay, Dumbledore's powerful stick, the last one. Yes, I'm ignoring the spelling, but you have to keep in mind that spelling decides everything. Divya's answer is correct. Sumit, a powerful will be, powerful is a word which belongs to, which class does it belong to? Powerful. Okay, so now we are done with all the six titles here. Okay, so most of you have identified the classes and written it correctly. Okay, Now what we are going to do is we are again going to talk about all these 6 titles, and we are going to talk about each and every category so that we can wind up with this particular topic. Okay, so fun with flex. What is fun here? My listen to me, answer my questions in chat box. I'm looking at the chat box. Category. Okay, so fun with flags. What is fun here? What is with here? What is flags here? What is fun here? Fun is used as for example, when you use this particular term as have fun, okay, someone is saying particular sentence have fun. Fun here is noun, okay, but here fun with flags, it means it's used as an adjective. Okay, so very good, Sumit, it's an adjective. Divya, Sumit, with is, what is with here? With it is not conjunction. With is not conjunction. And there are very rarest of sentences which use with as conjunction, and it will not be the single entity. Okay, when we'll use with as conjunction, for example, as we talked about as well as, so as well as is a conjunction but when used together. Okay, if used individually, for example, as is used individually, well is used individually, then they might not function as conjunctions. But when used collectively, as well as, this particular phrase is acting as conjunction. Okay, so it's a preposition. None of you were able to identify what is with here. With is preposition. Flags again is your noun. Okay. When we talk about Dr. Foster, this is the name of a person. Okay. Doctor is the designation but used for his particular identity. Okay. And Foster's is title. Okay. Flag is noun. Yes, Divya. Biswajit, yes. Okay. Now moving on to the third title, Emily Dickinson's novel. So what is Emily here? What is of course a name of a person, but what is novel here? We have talked about it, and the people who are replying from the beginning, they don't need to reply. I want everyone else to come in. Okay. Please participate in our talk. For example, Adarsh has not replied yet. Aman has not replied yet. Constantly participating. Novel is a noun, yes. And Emily Dickinson is a, also noun because we are talking about a person. Okay, so the only class here all the words will begin with capital letters. Okay, now when we talk about Pride and Prejudice, what is pride, what is and what is prejudice? Yes, very good, Sumit. Pride is noun. Here it is used as noun. It can also function as verb. Okay. So what is end? You have talked about pride, you have talked about prejudice. Both pride and prejudice are here and is acting as conjunction. Very good, Divya. Ayan, very good, Ayan. Okay, so Bishwarup. Okay, it okay, and can also function as preposition, but why is it acting as in conjunction here? It is acting as in conjunction here. Okay, and the reason you have understood it as preposition is that, for example, when we talk about one and plus 1 is equal to 2. So in this sentence, and is used to add the both the entities, given single entities, okay, to join them, but not acting as a connector, not acting as a conjunction in the sentence. Okay, for example, I'll write in mathematics, we'll write number 1 plus 1. Okay, so
Hello, sir. I think there are connection problem with men's side.
Yes, because Neha madam's voice is no more audible.
Yes, yes, sir. So, sir, you can start now.
Shall I begin?
Yes, yes, sir. Because there are problem, I
Okay,
think. Yes, yes. Thank you,
okay,
sir.
okay.
Thank you.
Then let me carry on. Thank you, sir. All hear me? I just want one answer to begin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Vivek sir, am I audible? Okay, okay, fine. No, since I was not getting any like replies from the
Yeah,
students
sir.
part, so I
But
was a
voice
bit
is not
confused. So,
clear. Students are also writing.
so your voice not clear.
There are
Oh,
actually,
well,
sir.
I'm sure there is some problem with the network, it seems.
Yeah, there is some network problem actually.
Let me wear my earphones if that was help. Just hold on for a
Yes,
second.
yes, network problem. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it better now? Okay, fine. Uh, a very, very good afternoon to all of you. Well, this is my first class with you. We have never spoken before, and already by now you had 2 or 3 sessions. So, a very warm welcome to all of you to my class. Myself, Avik Chakravarti. I head the Department of Humanities in University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur. So, I'm equally excited, just like you, the way you are excited. I'm also excited to get in touch with you, to know you better. But though this is not the right medium of doing it, but still it is hard times and there is complications everywhere around, and we will have to work the best we can. Well, I hope I'm visible and audible to all of you. If you have any doubts, any confusions, any one of you can actually, unmute your mic and can speak to me, because honestly speaking, children, I believe in a very, very interactive session. I believe every session should be very interactive, and it's going to have a lot of fun. When we talk, it is like having a lot of fun. And interaction is important. Gone are those days when the teachers would speak and the students would just listen. But now things are totally different. People believe in more one to one interaction, and I'm a strong believer in that. Well, again, before we begin, this is Avik Chakravarti. Voice is not clear. Voice is not clear. Oh God, I'm so like kind of nervous. Let me do one thing, boys and girls. I'll just go out of this meeting once and again rejoin. Maybe that might have some clarity in my voice. So I'll just go out of the meeting and again join so that it might work, because there are some issues with network right now. So let me just go out of it. Just hold on, please, all of you. Is this better now? I hope now I am audible. Such a
Yes, sir.
problem.
Yes, sir. Actually, problem of the
Okay.
network actually today.
Vivek sir, I know. Vivek sir, can you
Yes.
kindly just call up Neha ma'am once and speak to her because she is calling me continuously. She is unable to understand what is happening. So just call Neha ma'am and tell her that I have already taken over the class.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Uh, I hope now it is better with all of you. So please bear with it because we really cannot do much about it. There is some network issue, and um, uh, you all know by now that I am from Calcutta. And after the last storm that happened, there is some issue with the electricity, and there is some issue with the internet connection. So it's really I'm Rage One. Shameen, I'm so sorry, dear. I'm so sorry. Absolutely, I really I'm scared if I could do anything about it. This is really unfortunate, but it's not working. I hope even if you can just hear me, just listen to me, it would be really nice. I don't know how to manage this problem, what to do. I've been trying hard. Let me try another internet service, some other SIM card. Okay. Well, so we need to audio not clear. Himanshu Chaudhary. Himanshu, dear, just bear with me because there is hardly that we can do anything. So it's clear now. Wow, fantastic, great. Well, welcome to all of you. As I was saying, that it needs to be absolutely interactive. All the sections that you have with me in the next 4 years, or in the next 2 years, or in the next 3 years, whatever your course is, it's going to be extremely exciting and it's going to be extremely interactive. I believe in interaction. I believe in talking to students one to one so that you can come up with your problems and I can share my views and opinions here. There is nobody who is a teacher. There is no teacher student relationship. Rather, I believe this is one relationship that is going to last with you for an entire lifetime because you will not only take our help for the next 4 years, but you will be taking our help for your entire life. And you will have, I still in touch with many of my pass out students, and they are in regular touch. They talk to me over the phone whenever they go for an interview, whenever they have some important conference or a seminar to attend, and they always come back, and I'm still in touch with all of them. So this is going to be extremely exciting. This is just the beginning of our journey, a fantastic journey for the next 4 years that we are going to have together. So let us begin. Now, my session will not have a PowerPoint presentation right at the moment because, as I told you, I believe in interacting with students. So, in the first class, I'm going to give you some idea about how you can develop your personality. See, all I know that why have you taken up engineering, or have you taken up BBA, or have you taken up BCA, or MBA, or any stream for that matter? Why have you taken that up? Because you thought this is going to be the case, this is going to be the thing that will lead you to success, that will get you some good job. So I need to admit, yes. So this will take you to some job. So getting a job, cracking an interview is the primary concern that many of you might be having right at the moment. So sir, आपका video. Well, in that case, I'm a little sorry. I'll have to continue with this because I'm doing this class from my mobile phone, and my mobile phone has the earphone jack at the end, नीचे की तरफ. So I'm keeping it tilted. That's one reason why you will have to keep your mundi a little tilted. I'm so sorry for that. Because if I remove this, I don't know if you can hear that, but let me still try. Just just see if. Well, that's such a hard work to manage everything. Now, is this good? Can you hear me? That's most important because I've removed my earphones. Can you hear me? If I can just see that you can hear me, it's good. Okay, Himanshu Chaudhary says yes, and I hope others can hear me too. Well, good. This is even better for me. Well, now, so if you want to get a good job, what you need to do, you need to prepare yourself in a way that you will have to. You are able to crack any interview that comes your way. And cracking an interview, I feel, is still easy in today's world. You know, I mean, take it from me because I have been an expert in this industry for 11 plus years. So I think interview is not that difficult. Many of us can do that. But retaining a job for a longer period of time is extremely difficult because the world is extremely competitive and there are always people who are better than you standing outside in the queue. So, of course, any company would want to select the best candidate for them. So definitely there's a lot of competition in the interview. But even if you are able to crack the interview, which is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if you can impress your interviewer, still there will be many pairs of eyes looking at you all throughout your journey for the first 3 months, 6 months until they know that you are a capable person, you are somebody who can handle their company, who can handle their account in a better way. So we all have to be very. There is so much of competition coming from all over the globe, and now, right now, as you can see, due to this COVID-19, we have almost hit the recession. So this is going to be even more tough. Trust me, it is going to be difficult. Well, sweetheart, I really doubt if I can do anything about it. Audio and video not clear. So there is fluctuations in the network. So there is hardly anything that I can do. But as I can see, this entire session is being recorded. So this will be put up in the YouTube channel. So I'm sure if you cannot hear it right now, you will have to watch the video later on. That's the most I can do. I'm extremely sorry about this whole situation, and this is something beyond our control. Anyway, moving on. So to be able to represent yourself in a better way, you need to learn a few tricks. You need to understand yourself. You need to understand your body. Because the way you use your hands, the way you walk around, the way you smile, everything makes a lot of difference in your personality. So here in this first session, we are going to talk about the 5 basic pillars of soft skills. The 5 basic pillars of soft skills. Now, if you ask me, what is soft skills? Honestly, I have been dealing with this subject since last 11 years or more, but I still do not have a concrete answer to this question. Honestly, we do not have an answer to what is soft skills. Nobody can answer you. Rather, I put it in my own way. I say that from the time you wake up in the morning till the time you go back to bed at night, whatever you do throughout the day comes under soft skills in some way or the other. So you will have to recreate yourself. You will have to develop your personality in such a way that whichever field you take up, be that a marketing professional or an engineer or somebody else, your personality plays important role. And not only this, I mean, even if you are into your own business, trust are a businessman, because many of you are from Rajasthan, and I know in Rajasthan the trend is to go for a business or something. So if you are into a business, still then your personality needs to be developed, because Himanshu, there is hardly anything I can do about it. बेटा आपको थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्रोमाइज तो करना पड़ेगा. I'm trying my level best, but if there is no internet availability, there is nothing much I can do about it, beta. So please be with me. Try to listen to whatever I am saying. जितना सुन सकते हो उतना सुन लो बेटा, because हमारे हाथ में कुछ नहीं है. If the network is not good, there is something that is beyond our control. Uh, Himanshu is saying he cannot understand my speech. That means I am absolutely not audible to this person. I'm a bit tense myself. I don't know. Have you noticed that? So, if you want to enlarge your business, if you want to expand your business, if you want to become a successful businessman, your body language should be that's so difficult. That is so difficult. I seriously do not know how to address this problem. There is problem with there is problem with me. There is problem with Neha, ma'am. Thank you so much, Manshu. Thanks a lot, but I really, really wish if you could, listen to me very clear. I would be very happy for that. But I'm unable to do that. I'm very sorry. This is not within my control. This is beyond my control. So I'm trying my level best. I'm continuously switching between two of my networks. If anyone works better, I hope it remains this way, to be clear. Anyway, let's begin. So I was talking about the 5 pillars of soft skills. That is the basic skills that you need to develop within yourself. So I have a small whiteboard in which I have written a few points, all the 5 points, and then I will be explaining to you one by one. So here you go. I hope you can see that. There is some light reflection, as I can see myself. There's some light reflection. So the first point says pillars of soft skills, which includes the first point is dress code or attire. Now, to explain this dress code or attire, I would want to have a small interaction with you. Now, I would ask you rather, before we begin, that when you meet somebody for the first time, when you see somebody for the first time, that is, if you are in a function and you see somebody passing by, what is that one thing that you notice? Video is not clear, sir, don't understand. This is not within my hands. So please, I really cannot do anything. I have tried switching my internet connections, two, three times already, and none of them are working. So this is terrible. I totally understand. You lose your interest. Uh, you lose the whole fun. I totally can get, but something beyond my control. So what I was saying is, like, if you see somebody for the first time in your life, what is that one thing that you notice within that person? Be that a man or a woman, what is that first thing that you notice in a person when you see someone for the first time? You haven't been introduced to that person, you have never spoken to that person, and you have never seen his or her face before, but still you notice. What is that one thing? Can I get some answers from you, please? His or her look. Well, fantastic. Himanshu, yes, darling. मैं सच में पागल हो जाऊंगा. I can totally understand. Looks, dress, his her dress. Yes, right, you are. See, basically, जब मैं आज पहली बार इस स्क्रीन पे आया, जब आपने मुझे पहली बार स्क्रीन में देखा, I'm sure many of you must have noticed कि he's got nice beard, huh? So many of you have noticed that. Don't deny the fact. Say the truth. Isn't it? You must have noticed my beard. As somebody commented, Himanshu is saying yes. And I know. Yes, many of you would be saying yes. And somebody said that my smile looks good on my face. That's fantastic. That's a compliment. But then again, like all of us, trust me, this is human nature. All of us notice how the person looks when we see him or when we see her for the first time. Unconsciously, you do this. Remember, the first day of a maybe a session, a technical program that you might have enrolled in your life. When you first was there in the first classroom, all were sitting around you and you were a stranger, and everybody was a stranger to you at that moment of time, and you were just looking around here and there trying to figure out whom I can go up to and approach and can start a conversation, because all are unknown to you. So you were looking for some clue जिनके साथ you could feel connected, जिनके साथ you wanted to go ahead and speak. Now, since you do not know any one of them, so it is not possible for you to judge if the person is a good person, if the person is a rude person. You have no ways to judge that. But you have only one zaria through which you could gauge something, you could guess something, and that one thing was the way the person was dressed. So when you go for an interview, let me tell this very, very clearly. When you go for an interview, there are only two things, Remember this for your entire lifetime. There are only two things that is within your hands. आपके हाथ में है. सिर्फ दो चीजें होती है आपके हाथ में. एक, the way you dress. The first one is the way you present yourself, your dress, and the second one, your CV or your resume. So, ये दो चीजों के अलावा you have nothing to prepare, because whatever happens next is all ऊपर वाले की मर्जी. So you will have no hold there, absolutely. But these are the two things that are within your hands. So we'll definitely come to the CV part some other time when we move a little advanced. हम लोग जब आगे बढ़ जाएंगे, थोड़ा सा और सीख लेंगे, तब हम CV, VV, resume वगैरह ये सब कुछ discuss करेंगे. But as of now, for the first session, we need to understand the importance of dressing. The way you dress actually reflects your personality. The way you want your personality to be reflected, to be in front of the people, is something that makes you confident. So when we go to a marriage ceremony, when we go to a family function, why do we dress good? Why do we do that? Is it like, if I'm not dressed properly, will I be denied food? क्या मुझे खाना नहीं मिलेगा अगर मैंने proper dress नहीं पहना? No, of course खाना मिलेगा, because जिनके शादी में गए हैं वो हमारे जानकार है, friend है, relative है, तो खाना तो मिल जाएगा. But फिर भी हम अच्छे कपड़े क्यों पहनते हैं? Why do we wear expensive clothes or the clothes that we think suits us best? It's just because we do not want to be felt left out. वहाँ पे सारे लोग will be well dressed. So we don't want ourselves to be, left alone in a corner when we are in all shady clothes. We don't want that. People notice us. Yes, people notice us. That's the reason. We don't want to be left out, right? So this dressing up is actually giving you confidence to hit the program and face the challenges, meet the people, speak to them, talk to them. So this is making you more confident about yourself. So that's the first important point, that when we discuss about the pillars of soft skills, we need to understand that dressing is absolutely important. We cannot escape the importance of dressing well. So the first point is done. Now, second, when we see somebody, as I have just told, when we see somebody, we notice what the person is dressed like, how the person is dressed. Now, after that, the second important thing that we notice in a person is what the person's gestures are like. Now, many of you might not be knowing what is the meaning of gesture. So let me clear it up. हाव भाव, एक इंसान के अंदर उनका जो बोलने चलने का तरीका होता है, that is considered to be a gesture. Now coming to the non-verbal part, non-verbal communication मतलब body language जिसके बारे में हम लोग अभी discuss कर रहे हैं. Now non-verbal communication is divided, rather subdivided into two categories. There are two things into it. Number one, gestures. Number two, postures. Now what are the differences between them? Now when we talk about the upper part of the body, that is starting from our waistline to our head, this upper part of the body consists of the gestures. That is your head movement, your shoulder movement, your arm movement, your expressions, your smile, everything consists of the gesture part. But when we talk about the whole body from top to toe, we talk about postures, like how the person is sitting, how the person is standing. So all these things are extremely important in an interview. When you enter the room, you have got only 5 minutes to impress the other person. And within those 5 minutes, you cannot show the entire world how technically sound you are, what good qualities you have, how great human being you are. You cannot show all this. All you can show is the right way you are dressed, is the right gestures and postures you have, and a few answers to the questions that they ask you. So that is all in your hand. So we'll have to deal with body language or non-verbal communication, as we call it. Now, in this non-verbal communication, as I said, it is divided into two parts, the gestures and the postures. And we have to be very, very careful about wearing a smile. What kind of a smile should we carry, should we wear, and what kind of body language do we show off that doesn't show that we are nervous. So when you actually walk inside the interview room, when you start walking, when you knock at the door and ask for permission if you can enter the room, and the person says, yes, please come in, and you walk. Now that walking is not a normal walking, you know. There is an interesting part to it. It's called brisking or brisk walking. Now, what do you exactly mean by brisking or brisk walking? Now, like when you walk, I hope you can see me. When you walk, we have this tendency when we are nervous, because in an interview we all are nervous. So when you walk in an interview, we have a tendency of kind of doing all this within our hands, because our hands are getting chiller, we are getting nervous, and as a result our face goes a little down. That shows that we are lacking confidence. So when you walk, you have to be careful about the fact that your chin should be parallel to the ground, should be parallel to the floor, and it should not be down, it should not be up. If it is up, then it shows you are overconfident. No, you are not. If it is down, it shows that you are losing confidence, you are lacking it. So either way, it is not desirable. So you will have to keep it parallel to the floor. That means you are a moderately confident person who knows how to carry themselves. Now, posture matters. Yes, of course it does. Posture matters, of course. Yes, like robot. Now, see, so when you walk like this shows a lot of confidence that you have within yourself, and this shows that you are the right kind of candidate that they were looking for. This walking is called brisking or brisk walking. Now, you have entered. So you have been, like, you are now being judged by other people. There's a panel, or there could be one interviewer, I don't know. I mean, that's your luck, but you are being judged. Now, the way you pull the chair, the way you sit in the chair, the way you keep your hands, everything has a meaning and it has a definition. You cannot go beyond the definition. This is overall the body language that you give out, that you give away to other people to understand your personality, is extremely important. You need to understand the nuances of body language and what should be done and what should not be done. So the second part we have already discussed, that is after the dress code, if there is something important that comes second, would be your non-verbal communication, or the communication that you do with your arms, with your face, with your body. That's called non-verbal communication. Now, immediately after non-verbal communication comes the third important point, which is verbal communication. Okay. Um, Now comes verbal communication. I'm just keeping a track of what people are writing so that I don't end up missing anything. Um, I hope as of now I have noticed. Well, now the verbal communication is again subdivided into two parts, into two groups. Number one, pronunciation, ucharan, and number two, voice modulation. Now, let me explain these 2 points. Pronunciation is very, very important. No matter you speak English, you speak Bengali, you speak Marwari, you speak Bhojpuri, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, whatever language you speak, that is not a barrier. Rather, the way you speak, your pronunciation of every word can definitely be a barrier. So you need to put special stress on the language learning part. And that is why we are here. We are here to help you. Neha madam has taken her session. She was going through grammar. Last day, Snehalata madam has taken her session. You had Vivek sir taking his session. So that is why we all faculties are coming one step ahead to let you understand the importance of language. Now, whatever language you speak, I know many of you could be from the interiors of Rajasthan. So if we expect you to directly, hit the floor and start speaking English, that is not feasible. That doesn't happen that way. You have never spoken English. You might be from a Hindi medium background. Your family is such that no one speaks English there. So I can totally understand. And if we expect you to learn English in just overnight, in one night, it is not possible. This will take time. For that, you have 3 years or 4 years in hand. We all are there to help you and guide you through. But whatever language you speak, even if you speak Marwari, which is your mother tongue, or Bengali, which is your mother tongue, of course, you need to be extremely expressive in your language. Whatever language you speak, be expressive in that. Be clear in that. You cannot afford to keep quiet. No. In today's world, communication and networking, these two things are the most important things that can lead you to success. If you want to become a successful entrepreneur, or you want to become a successful businessman, or a MBA professional, whatever profession you take up, you have to be very confident about the way you speak. So even if you do not speak English, if you speak English, that's always an advantage. That's a bonus. But that doesn't mean that if you do not speak English, you are not getting a job, you are not being able to become successful. No, there is no such funda. I, being from the English background, I can tell you from my experience of life, there are so many people I have seen. I've been in panels, in panel discussions in many schools and colleges and universities also. And I have seen that, yes, there are people who always have a upper hand advantage if they speak English. But even if they don't, that really doesn't mean that those people will not get a job or will not become successful. So I would advise you to learn this language as much as you can. It's a 24/7 learning process. एक क्लास में 1 घंटे में नेहा मैडम ने या स्नेहलता मैडम ने या मैंने या कोरिया कोस्टर ने किसी ने भी कुछ सिखा दिया और आप सब कुछ सीख गए, ऐसा नहीं होता. It's a 24/7 process. Trust me, take it from me. You just learn the techniques and the tricks from the teachers, and then the practice comes from within. You will have to keep practicing so that you become an expert in the language that you deal with. So, coming to the language part, as I was discussing pronunciation, yes, whatever language you speak, you have to understand that pronunciation, uchcharan, has to be clear. आप कोई भी लैंग्वेज बोल लो, उसकी उच्चारण अगर क्लियर है तो वो सामने वाले को सुनने में अच्छा लगता है. It always comes as a help. Now I hope I am audible. बहुत देर हो गया, कोई chat नहीं आया, so I'm a bit scared if everybody can hear me. Just एक दो yes will do. Okay, good. Thanks. So जब आप बहुत ध्यान से सुनने लग जाते हैं, जब आप चैट नहीं करते तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है पता नहीं शायद डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया और मैं अकेले बात किए जा रहा हूँ. सो ओके, लेट्स मूव ऑन. सर आप बंगाली हो? हिमांशु? यस, यस, आई एम फ्रॉम कैलकाटा. आई एम बंगाली. Okay. Now, so whatever language. Now, after good to know. After this, okay, we'll do all that chat, Kamonachan sir, and all. We'll do it later. As of now, let me continue because we have very restricted time and we'll have to finish something that I already have in my head. So let us move on. Session in Bengali, not right now, please, because there are people from Rajasthan. They will not be able to understand. So when there are people around who do not understand your language, it's always better that you don't use such language which is not possible for everyone to understand. That's good. That's good. I know. Don't worry, Divya. Don't worry. I'm not going to speak Bengali, so don't worry. My session will always be in English. And if you want me to speak certain sentences in Hindi, I'm always good. Okay. Well, now, yes, moving on. After pronunciation, there is another thing which is called voice modulation. Now, this is a serious thing. Listen to me very carefully, all of you. आप सबने इलेक्शन होते हुए देखा होगा. सबके इलाके में, सबके शहर में इलेक्शंस तो होता ही है. So during elections, you must have noticed that there are stages made on which there would be some speaker standing with a mic in his hand or her hand and will start screaming and yelling at the mic. Now the question arises that if that person already has a microphone, then why the person needs to shout? What is the point of yelling at the microphone? Because you already have it. Even if you whisper, the person will be able to listen to you. Then why are you shouting? That's the question. So here shouting does not mean that the person wants you to listen to him. Rather, it means that a person wants to have that same feeling inside you that he or she is already having on the stage. So if I'm talking about my political career, if I'm talking about my political party, of course, my party has done a lot of good things which you all might not be aware of. So as a speaker, I would want that to transform to you so that you also realize what good things I have done or my party has done. So that is the sole reason why they speak, why they shout on a microphone. Now, which gives us a lot of meaning, you know. Now I'm sure you must have understand why do they shout? Because they want you to have that same feeling. That means they are modulating their voice. While you modulate your voice when you speak or communicate with someone, the speech that you give away becomes much more interesting and acceptable for the other person. Because if you speak in a very flat tone, after 15 minutes, everybody would be bored with your speech and everybody would fall asleep. So you don't want that, right? If you have followed a few good speakers, like all of you are young, I'm sure you all must be die-hard fans of Sandeep Maheshwari, or if you have listened to Shiv Khera, or if you have listened to any of those speakers, what good or how good information they give you is not the point. They might not have a valid point at all, but the way they are communicating, the way they are interacting with you captivates you. You sit at one place and you start enjoying whatever they are saying. They might keep on repeating the same thing, but every time they say it differently, and you feel that they are coming up with new points. Wow, आज बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला. हो सकता है आपको एक ही चीज 10 बार 10 तरीके से सिखाया गया, बट आपको लगेगा मैंने 10 नए चीजें सीखी आज. तो ये कैसे पॉसिबल होता है? This only can happen if you have that flexibility in your voice. You should know कि कौन सा सेंटेंस में मुझे कितना स्ट्रेस देना है और कितने जोर से बोलना है, और कौन सा सेंटेंस मुझे धीरे से बोलना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप इंटरव्यू में गए हो, इफ यू आर in an interview and the interviewer asks about your strengths and weaknesses. Now, with confidence, you would talk about your strengths, that yes sir, I think I'm a very positive person, I'm very hardworking, I know how to carry on or strike a conversation, so I'm a good communicationalist, is what you would say. But with that same confidence, will you talk about your weakness? If they ask you, will you say, sir, I am very emotional, and I keep on fighting with people, and I cannot, finish my work on time. I'm sorry, you are not selected for the company because you cannot speak it with so much of confidence. Whatever you are saying, it's not good after all. So even if you are saying these things in an interview, when it comes to your weaknesses, you can say that, yes, sir, I'm a bit emotional person, and at times when situations are critical, I at times lose my temper, but at the same time, I'm working on it, and I'm sure I'll come out of this problem soon. So you portray your weaknesses as something that you know. You are saying that you know what is lacking in you, and you have already taken up steps to improve your communication, to improve your weaknesses. So you are already working on it, so they do not have to worry about your problems, because if you might create any problem in future, no, they don't have to worry, because they know that you know, and now you have taken up all the steps necessary to come out of your problem. So this is the magic of voice modulation. When you speak in different voices, when you speak in different tones, when you address people, the energy is being transformed. See, if you are on a stage and you are addressing the audience, and if you are dead yourself, of course, how can you expect the audience to be lively? So that if you want the audience to enjoy, then you will have to enjoy. That is what is transformed into the audience. So here also in this class, if I would just keep on, saying very boring and obvious things, whatever I said from the beginning till now, except those technical terms, I'm sure you know it all. सबको पता है इसके बारे में. What's new? But then what is keeping you alive is that I am alive. This gets right. This gets transformed. So the transformation is important. Your positivity gets transformed into the audience, and they also feel that they are alive and they are enjoying, and they feel that they are a part of you. You, on the other hand, always should be able to laugh and cry with the audience. If your audience is not happy about certain things, that like, even if you do not bother about why they are not happy, still you will have to feel their pain. You will have to understand why they are not happy, why they are not satisfied. If you cannot empathize with the audience will never be able to empathize with you. Take it from me, this is the I would say the underlying statement, the takeaway of this class. अगर आज के क्लास का कोई एक टेक अवे आपसे बोला जाए कि बताओ क्या सीखा क्लास में, तो एक टेक अवे होगा, if you cannot empathize with the audience will never empathize with you. This is the takeaway. This is the moral of the story. So to make it more lively, to make people understand your worth, you will have to work, and you will have to make it more lively. You will have to make it more beautiful, so that people are able to be connected. Connection is very important here. All of you, please understand, आज के जमाने में ना, अगर आप YouTube चैनल भी खोलते हैं तो भी आपको सब्सक्राइबर्स के लिए भागना पड़ता है, और सब्सक्राइब what kind of a personality you have, what do you go out to people, reach out to them, talk to them. There is no harm in talking in any of the languages. It's not that you will only have to communicate in English. जो भी लैंग्वेज आपको आता है आप उसमें जाके बात कीजिए, नो प्रॉब्लम. बट वो मेल्टिंग ऑफ द आइस इज इम्पोर्टेंट. आपको वो आइस जो है ना, जो आपके अंदर जो कॉन्फिडेंस की कमी है. मेरे पास जितने भी बच्चे आते हैं इतने सालों के एक्सपीरियंस में, सबसे ज्यादा लोगों ने मुझसे ये बोला है कि सर इंग्लिश तो आती है बट बोल नहीं पाता हूँ, वो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ पाता, डर लगता है कि गलत हो गया. तो सी दिस इज द ट्रेड एंड आई नो दिस इज एग्जैक्टली मोस्ट ऑफ यू. Yes, I do have, and I'll talk about all that later. Well, I'm getting good compliments. So, Aapko, you need to talk about your personality. You need to develop that. आपने बचपन से सुना होगा, people who are actors, they put a mirror in their room and they try to act in front of the mirror, right? You all must have heard that. That's the best way of learning acting. Now, in this case also, in personality development, I give you the same tip. Try to have a full-length mirror in your room when you are alone, when nobody is listening to you. Prepare a speech on a piece of paper, write something about yourself or your family or whatever, and then remember that speech. And when there are no people around, close the door, stand in front of the mirror and start talking the speech that you have prepared. Let me tell you one thing. Listen to me carefully. Like when you start speaking in front of the mirror, you know what is going to be the biggest problem for you? No, you will be able to remember the speech properly. आपने पूरा रट्टा मार लिया, I'm sure आपको सब याद है. लेकिन फिर भी, what is going to be the biggest problem for you? Hands. Trust me. When you start talking to a person or when you start speaking in front of a mirror, you will have no idea where to keep your hands. And that is one problem that is faced with by most of the people in our country, because we do not know how to use our hands more efficiently, more effectively. So once you start speaking in front of the mirror, you will feel like, shall I keep my hands here? Shall I keep my hands at the back? Shall I keep it here? Shall I keep it inside my pocket? So you will have many confusions what to do with my hands. But then the clue is that you need to understand how to use your hands effectively. Make your gestures part more beautiful. So when you deliver a very complex message to someone, and if you are using your hands in a good way, then the complex message that is delivered to the person becomes easier for the other person to understand. And it really happens. So, and again, if you use it too much, then also it becomes very confusing because it becomes distracting for the person. वो आपकी बात क्या सुनेगा, वो आपके हाथ की तरफ देख रहा है, टेनिस कोर्ट की तरफ. तो obviously बहुत ज्यादा नहीं, बहुत कम नहीं, यहाँ नहीं, यहाँ नहीं, यहाँ नहीं. तो कैसे? The right trick is to be able to use your hands in the proper way. It should not distract the other person's attention. At the same time, it should help you to deliver your message. Yes, moving hand is absolutely necessary, लेकिन बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं. बहुत ज़्यादा करोगे, so that will kind of distract the other person. वो आपकी बातें छोड़ के आपके हाथ की तरफ देखने लग जाए. So एक level होना जरूरी है. And this control doesn't come overnight. ये एक रात में नहीं आता. मुझसे भी नहीं होता, अभी भी नहीं होता. It's been 11 plus years now that I'm into the industry. People say that I'm an absolutely good speaker. I have very good communication skills, but I still am nervous. आज सुबह से मैं भी nervous हूँ. आप लोगों को पहली बार मैं मिल रहा हूँ, and all of you would build an image about me in your head that this is how Avik sir is. So this is important, and being nervous is very natural. This happens to all of us, all the big speakers around the globe. They all get nervous. It's usual and it's good, because nervousness, kind of keeps you within control. So if you want to control yourself, you need to be nervous. If you are not at all nervous about anything, then you will be called overconfident. And overconfidence can kill anyone. So, moving on, as we have talked about pronunciation and voice modulation. Now the next point, the fourth point. So we have discussed. Let us recap. So we have discussed the first 3 points. The first one was dress code attire. The second one was non-verbal communication, posture, gestures. Third one was verbal communication, that is pronunciation and voice modulation. Now coming to the fourth point, which is behavior. Now, this is the fourth point that someone notices in you. Now, what does it include? What does it include? It includes certain things, certain habits that you have. For example, अगर मुझे सर खुजाने की आदत है, तो unconsciously मैं बात करते हुए सर खुजाऊंगा. अगर मुझे यहाँ पे खुजली करने की आदत है, so unconsciously, because I'm already very nervous about this entire communication that is going on, so I'll unconsciously start scratching my hand. I'll unconsciously start scratching my head. I'll like stump, stammer. I will fumble. I will not find the right words to speak. All this will happen. This is pretty natural. But we will have to control those things that can make us look odd. And at the same time, it is important to wear a smile always. Now, I say smile because it should be a smile. It should not be a laugh. No, don't show your teeth too much. Try to wear a confident smile. And even if you are unable to answer certain questions, no problem. It happens with all of us. हम सबके साथ होता है. Even the interviewer knows that you might not be able to answer all the questions they ask. They know about the fact. But the way you counter the problem, the way you face the problem, the way you handle the situation is something they want to see in you. कभी-कभी तो वो जानबूझ के आपसे ऐसे सवाल करते हैं जो आप उनको पता है कि आपको जवाब नहीं पता होगा. फिर भी, now what is the meaning? The meaning is they want to see how well you can handle situations. If it is critical, if it is tense, do you get nervous? We all get nervous, that's natural. But after getting nervous, we need to come out of it as well. We need, like in future, when you work for the company, when there are critical situations for the company coming, of course, you as a manager or as a professional, you will have to handle that. And you will save the company from being, synced. So, of course, you need to understand the nuances of communication and how a message should be delivered and what should be the right way of doing it. So the fourth one, as we have discussed, would be your behavior. That is unnoticed problems or habits that we have. We will have to keep a check on that. No stammering, no fumbling, no, putting in a lot of fillers like and no. Try not to put in a lot of fillers into your communication because that's pretty annoying. You don't like listening to someone who has put in a lot of fillers into his or her communication. So try to work on that. ये एक दिन में नहीं आएगा. This will take time, but it will be fantastic if you do it for 2 years because आपके पास अभी टाइम है. ये अगले 4 साल तक अगर आप प्रैक्टिस में रहे, trust me, you are going to be a fantastic speaker. And to become a speaker, good speaker, you would need our help, true. But उससे भी ज़्यादा you need to help yourself. आप अपने आप पे काम कीजिए, अपने खुद के टैलेंट पे काम कीजिए. Work on your weaknesses. Highlight your strengths. Do all this. And now coming to the last and the fifth point, we are almost running out of time. I know all of you must be very, very hungry, so please forgive me. So the fifth point would be overall representation of your personality. अब तक जो 4 points हमने सीखे हैं, अगर उन 4 चीजों को हम compile करें, so the fifth one comes would be overall representation of your personality. Like how you represent. You have learned the art of body language. You have learned the art of communication. You know about pronunciation and voice modulation. You know about dressing. Now, what if I ask you to put everything together? Now that becomes a challenge. When you put all the things together and you are confused and nervous, individually you can handle all of these points. But when put together, मुझे अच्छा दिखना भी है, अच्छा बोलना भी है, अच्छा साउंड भी करना है, अच्छी बातें भी करनी है, जेस्चर्स और पोस्चर्स भी करेक्ट रखना है, इतना सब कुछ एक साथ नहीं हो पाता. It, it is very difficult. This is exactly where you need to work more. Time lagega. It won't come in a day. It won't come in a month. Rather, it won't come in a year. But you need to keep on practicing. And to help you overcome all these challenges and problems, we teachers and faculties are always there. We are always there to help you. Ask us anything that you are confused about. Speak to us. Stand in front of us. Even if you say, what all have you done for the entire day? Say it as a speech, as if आप speech दे रहे हैं कि आपने पूरे दिन में क्या खाना खाया और कहाँ घूमा, आपने क्या किया, वही बता. And we would listen to you, because for me, it is not important what you are saying. For me, it is important how you are saying. आप कैसे बोल रहे हो, वो ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है मेरे लिए. So of course I'll do it that way. I will keep rectifying you, and not only me, I mean all the faculties from our department, from humanities, will help you do the right thing and learn the right thing. So overall representation of your personality is the fifth point, which we all need to develop within ourselves and become very, very successful. Today was the first class, just an introduction of who I am, how I am. Now it is up to you to decide if you want to come along this long journey of 4 years or 3 years with us and stay with us, stay positive, keep learning, and become a great successful professional in your life, no matter whichever stream you choose, because for us, every stream holds some importance. And I really wish good luck to all of you. And in this long run, I don't know what is in store for all of us. आगे कब कॉलेज खुल पाएगा, कब हम लोग मिल पाएंगे, कब और बातें होंगी, ये सब कुछ हमें नहीं पता. But इतना पता है that if you guys stay with us, if you guys do your best to give your best, we are always there to give our best to you and make you the best personality on earth. So it was fantastic talking to all of you. I'm sure आपको भी उतना ज़्यादा boring नहीं लगा होगा, but अगर लगा है, जो network issues थे, जो भी था, thank you Vishwajit Ghosh. You're most welcome. Oh, how sweet, Himanshu. That's really, really sweet of you to say that. I'm sure all of you will learn a lot. We will learn together. मुझे भी आप लोगों से बहुत कुछ सीखना है. Because कोई इंसान एक्सपर्ट नहीं होता, किसी के पास सारे नॉलेज नहीं होते. किसी चीज में आप एक्सपर्ट हो जिसमें मैं नहीं हूँ, तो प्लीज मुझे सिखा देना. We all will learn. Sure. We will meet soon. Let's pray. All of you stay at home, ताकि this COVID-19 doesn't spread anymore. घर में बैठो और सब कुछ जल्दी से ठीक हो जाए, हम लोग कॉलेज में मिले और physical classes ले. That's fun in some different level, where I can see all of you. आज तो only you could see me. I can't see any of you. बहुत बढ़िया, खूब भालो लागलो sir. Darun means it's too much good, Devya. Okay, now people are translating sentences to each other, which is very good. Bangla bolun, nishchoy bolbo. Bangla bolbo, kintu amra jokhon dekha korbo tokhon bolbo. This is not the right platform because all of you do not understand Bengali, so we should not discuss anything in that language. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thanks for staying with me, and hope to catch you up all very soon. Any queries, any questions, anything that you have, you please convey that to the college authorities. If you want to speak to me, please convey the message to the college authorities. They will get you in touch with me, so we can always do that. And have a good day. and Shabba Khair. Take care.